Hi guys, this is your reading for Thursday, the 31st of August. Thank you for joining me. Let's have a look at what the final day of this month has to offer. It's been a really good month for me. I hope you've had a great month as well. So let's have a look at what's going on here. Okay, so first of all, we've got the Two of Cups, the Two of Chalices. You've got these lovers there. Then you can see the World, amazing looking woman with the globe in her hand. And then finally, we have the Eight of Pentacles, the Eight of Denarii. Okay, so the Two of Chalices, the Two of Cups is about love and care for another thing or another person in life. It's a sense of being loving and kind and caring. Loving kindness, isn't it? What one of, I think either I can't remember who says it, but loving kindness and an open heart and a feeling of connection and belonging and things being beautiful. The next card, the 21st card of the major arcana, is the end of the journey. It's the end of the road as far as the Fool's journey is concerned, and you come to the point where you've mastered everything. You've mastered the devil, and you've mastered lovers, and you've mastered the tower, you've mastered temperance, you've mastered judgment, you've mastered all of it, and you come home to yourself and you really have the world in your hand because you love yourself. That's what this card really is about. You know, the whole journey, the whole fool's journey and our whole foolish lives, it seems to me, are about forgiving ourselves and loving ourselves and really realizing that it's not all our fault. Yes, we do have free will to some extent, but we have free will within a certain set of circumstances. We are born at certain parts of this planet that we don't have control over. And we make the best of that, we make do with that, what we've got, and we just continue on. And some people start at a certain level, and other people start at another level. And sometimes it can seem really unfair when you compare yourself to others, and it's like, well, why is it so easy for them, and why is it so difficult for me? We all have our own path to walk. And what I'm saying here today is that you have a love and appreciation, and you embody love and appreciation, and you have faith in this process that whatever path your life takes, you're always in the right place, always in the right, doing the right thing at the right time, and whatever you end up doing will lead you over the rainbow and will lead to you being free and complete and fulfilling what you're doing. Remember, you're doing your best at every moment of your life. You're doing your best that you can. So look at that hug. Look how wonderful that just looks, by how wonderful that feels just by looking at it. Just by seeing how simple and loving that can be, and just having a nice hug and doing that for yourself gives you control over your whole life. That's why everyone says love that's why everyone's talking about love, and the universe is love, and it's so important to love yourself and love your neighbor as thyself. You know, they forget that thyself bit. You've got to love yourself because that is what gives you the key to the whole world when you fall in love with yourself. And that's not hard, that's not easy to do, because sometimes we see ourselves as this. We see ourselves as monsters who have turned people into stone. You know, people in our past who we've looked at harshly and who have been literally gobsmacked by the things we've said. We've done things, we've slithered around, and we've taken things for ourselves and been vain and made mistakes and been cruel and incompassionate and all of those things. But all of those things are part of our journey. And if we just look at the dark side and what we had to go through, then we're still not done, because we're still kind of resenting ourselves and questioning our true nature. Am I really good? Have I done enough for other people? Have I left the world a worse place than I found it? Have I lied to a bunch of innocent people or led them up to some sort of enlightenment, when really all I care about is trying to turn people into stone and keeping them here with me in the pit? And that is even the most advanced yogis and the most advanced spiritual people have that. I really feel that if you're on a spiritual journey and you're on a spiritual quest, you've got to embrace the uncertainty and sometimes the ugliness of life, and you've got to be able to look at yourself in the mirror and say, I love you despite the things that have happened to you and despite the things that you've done that you now regret. I love you and I forgive you, and you're not a monster. And you understand that you had to do certain things because circumstances were difficult and you did your best to survive. Okay? So accept that as truth. Go back to how you were. Go back. We can all press Control-Alt-Delete within ourselves and go back to how we were. I just need to close my eyes and I just need to go back to my 5-year-old self, and I know who I am. I know what I feel like. I know what I feel like. And you know what you feel like before your life happened. When people say, well, my experiences have made me who I am, that's all very well, but I'd much rather make my choices determine who I become rather than my experiences. I'd much rather plan and determine my life rather than just reacting to my life. That's just my opinion. So what I'm going to do, and what I suggest you do on this day, because we all have a chance to do this, is to make peace with yourself, to forgive yourself for the blunders, the mess-ups, the things that you blame yourself for, the things that you despise yourself for, that you hate yourself for even. You forgive yourself for those things. You realize that you were doing your best, that you can try again, that you can, if something didn't work out, it doesn't mean that you have to stay in the pit and say, I've lost, I'm done. If you're alive today watching this video, and if you're breathing air right now, your story isn't finished. You've still got more to do. So go back to the beginning, hug yourself, love yourself. Remember that you're at the end of the journey. You have come further than most other people, but the only thing that you need to let go of today is this ongoing continued self-hatred, which is just lurking under the surface, and you've got to forgive yourself. God has forgiven you, but it's you forgiving yourself and loving yourself and coming back to the truth that you are a spark of the divine. You're an outpicturing of the divine, and you have dominion over the world. That's your true nature. We're all divine in a way, and what we think and the choices we make in our lives determine where we end up on this planet and determine how we look at the end of our lives. In terms of virtue, in terms of I see myself and I love myself, that's how I see myself, or this is how I see myself. And that's not an easy journey, and sometimes we fail, but the way forward is to keep climbing and to keep reaching for the light and to keep reaching for the good and to get to the rainbow on the other side. Okay? And don't look back, move forward, look to the future. And if you want to look back, then redo whatever it is that you can't forgive or that makes you a monster. Then go and make amends to that person you hurt, or try and fix the situation that you resent yourself for, or make a donation. You know, if you blew up the chemistry lab in your school when you were a little kid and nothing ever happened and the school had to pay for it, and you still feel guilty about it, and now you're sitting on a ton of money, why not help that school? It'll make amends. And you'll be free of it. You won't be looking back over your shoulder at what you did in the past. Number-wise, we've got 2 and 8 is 10. And then we've got 21. So this is 31. 3 and 1 is 4. And 4 is about security, stability, and structure. And that's what you can obtain within yourself today. The structure and the consistency to love yourself and to be the real you and to forgive yourself. I want to just repeat the word forgive. Forgive yourself for everything. Forgive yourself for trying so hard. Forgive yourself for succeeding, forgive yourself for winning, for surviving, forgive yourself for failing, for not getting it right, forgive yourself for everything. So important. Because you're exactly where you're meant to be. Just gotta. I think I've explained it. I think I've explained it. So I've done the numbers, haven't I? Yeah. Security and consistency within yourself can be attained. It is doable. It is manageable. We all know it's a difficult journey, but we can get there. And today is a day of great progress and great strides ahead. So I hope you have a wonderful day. If you'd like a private reading with me, then please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. We can look at what your life purpose is, what your vocational aptitudes are, what your weaknesses and strengths are, what you have coming up in future in terms of your love life, in terms of your finances, in terms of your family, what's happening for you spiritually, career-wise, anything at all you're interested, we can have a look at what's coming up for you. So get in touch via the website, gregoryscott.com. Click on the reading tab to order your reading. Please remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.